Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master starting to finish up on the Force Ranger. What I'm going to cover right now, one of my favorite things in the world, and that's the collapsible baton. I'm not going to show you many techniques. I will describe my very first exposure to a collapsible baton. I went to a seminar with Grandmaster John Pellegrini, and he's using just basic stick stuff, and there's nothing that was my first exposure. I was like, that's a neat trick. Later that year, that was my junior year of high school, so that would have been 2003. Yep, because it was in the summer. So in between my junior and senior year, me and my dad went up to karate college in Virginia. Okay, '03. Or was it '04? It was '04. It was '04. Never mind. It was '03 when I trained Grandmaster P with it. Okay, so I stopped at the surplus store. They had this cheap knockoff of an asp. It was like $25 for a big 26-inch monster. And I bought it. I was like, hell to the yeah. My dad said as soon as he heard me say the price, he knew it was as good as sold. So here I said I was like 16, and I'm walking around with this asp baton in my back pocket all over Virginia. Probably illegal as hell. I'm not familiar with Virginia law on there, but anyway, I have one. So I call up to Mike Leake and Eric of the Israeli Haganah system, because I was sitting there thinking, this dude's the baddest guy here. If there's anybody who could teach me some cool guy shit with this thing, this is the dude. And he flings it open. He's like, "Your police use this?" Yeah. He goes, "Arrest." And he proceeded to tell me a very, very funny story about Israeli arrest, but that's another topic. He looked at me and goes, "You don't need me to show you to use it. Just open it up and beat this shit out of them." And I was like, this guy's awesome. But anyway, can you use asp batons for other than beating the shit out of people? Yeah, you can. Any joint lock you do can be enhanced with a stick. Anybody that poo-poos joint locks has probably never felt a good one. Do I think they can be done on the flock? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But they are nevertheless very, very useful. So keep that in mind. You don't just have to beat somebody into a pulp. What the baton gives you is, at first, I have a coup baton. Okay, and these may not be legal in your jurisdiction. I know a lot of places these are verboten, but if they're legal, you should look into it. Obviously, you can use that there. In the Filipino martial arts, you can use the puño or butt of any stick for trapping. Of course, that applies when it's empty as well. Some of the Korean dunbong short stick techniques work well with a collapsed asp, as would any coup baton techniques. So you basically get that one weapon there. Number two, this is a short one. This one's only 16 inches. All right, but that's 16 inches more reach than I have with just my arm. Okay. And it's not quite 16 inches because it's 16 from tip to tip. But anyway, that's more reach. The asp is not the best impact weapon per se because it's not very heavy. I mean, I would much rather get hit with this little thing than this monster, or worse yet, this. Okay, because of the difference in mass. But nevertheless, if you have one of these, obviously, you put that in the right spot. And this isn't intended to be specific, hit this spot. No. There's various zones that are legally justified in certain situations, and it depends on what system you're training in as to which ones you go to when. That's not the point of this. The point of this is the advantages and deployment of this weapon system. Basically, number one, by having that extra length now, I can use more leverage in joint locks. Those same things I could do with it collapsed, I can obviously still do now. I can hook and trap and go into all kinds of funky stuff with it. When you learn how to use an asp or a stick really well, the good thing about that is techniques that work with this work the same way if I pick up that piece of a broomstick that's over there in my corner. Works the same way if I pick up this Mauser rifle that I've been restoring and use the barrel of it. Works the same way with the mag light that's most legal most anywhere to keep in your car. The same techniques work. And obviously, if I know I'm doing a specific joint lock, I can use the stick in place of an arm. So now I might have a second arm to get in there and get secured with, right? Whatever lock you're working on. Besides that, obviously, I've got area denial, okay? Stay away. No one wants to get hit with a stick, okay? I don't want to get hit with a stick, and someone that does want to get hit with a stick is a fool, all right? The last and biggest thing that I think the asp baton, especially some of the electroless nickel and lightweight ones, offer. I don't like the lightweight ones, by the way. They have no mass to them whatsoever. All right, but anyway, one thing this might give you that a cane or even a mag light won't is if you're carrying it in a pocket or inside the waistband, get back. You know, everybody any criminal that's been to jail before knows that sound. Right? It's kind of like hearing a taser pop. You know, they start hearing that taser pop, 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 pop. They know what that is. All right, you know, get back. It really, that's a good deterrent. Again, these may not be legal in your jurisdiction, but if they are, you know, the whole statement of you rack a shotgun because it may give you a deterrent. It may not. So, if it might it be an option to try? Yeah. I mean, I think it is. I mean, think. Would you rather do the paperwork for beating somebody with a stick or doing the paperwork because you knifed them or unloaded on them? Okay? I mean, yeah, this can obviously be a deadly weapon, but nevertheless, it is not an outright deadly weapon. Some states, these are fine. Some states, they're illegal to carry concealed. Some states, they're illegal to have, period. But so make sure you check your laws. But if it's legal, I would highly suggest one of the smaller asps. The bigger ones hit harder, but they're much harder to carry. They're heavier. If you're a police officer, I think 21 inches is ideal. It's long enough where you got plenty of mass, got plenty of leverage. You're carrying it open on a duty belt anyway. 26 inch, okay. I used to carry a 26 inch asp when I was bouncing, and it was just way too long. Okay, they're something like 9.5 inches long when they're closed. This is a 16. I've had no issues with it. It's a good system. I mean, I like this little thing. So, if you can, if it's legal, I would highly suggest you checking out a little small collapsible baton. Another good option, and I actually left my keys over there on the other side, but I'll go grab those right quick. I carry what's known as a kubaton. Right there, just a little stick. This one actually is asp. You know, it doesn't have any in there at the moment, but you move that little bail out of the way and push on the brass stud and it'll squirt pepper spray. I've got some more inserts in the house, but I don't have them in here right now because they just showed up today. But obviously I can use the kubaton as drop padlock for my shop. I can use the kubaton the same way, trapping. I can use it as a key foil, obviously, is the reason I carry a shit ton of keys. Besides the fact that I use them every day. But again, small impact weapons like the concealable baton are a good option. One place that I've found, especially if you wear like a button-down shirt like this, all right, with a untucked like t-shirt underneath it, it conceals really well, kind of stuck behind the first belt loop of your pants. And this just kind of there. Straight air, it kind of pooches out naturally. And there's your weapon deployment right there. Another place where I carried this in the past was just in my back pocket. Drop it back there, catch it with your fingers, like we talked about on the deployment of a folding knife video, and pop it right out. You can open them different directions. Some people open them going down, big, wide, flailing motion, good show of force. Police officer getting ready to break up a fight, that's a good thing. I've always been partial myself to opening them going up, because now I'm ready to fight. All right. If I open it going down, I have to finish that circle. Whereas, if I open them going up, it's right there ready to fight right now. And that first motion coming down can be a strike wherever I need it to go. So check your local laws before you get one or before you carry one. I will say this, it's a great tool. After saying that, I'll say big boy rules and big girl rules apply. For those of you that know what that means, drive on. If you don't worry about it. But anyway, it's a good tool. It's a good option. Where do I see the collapsible impact weapon, the collapsible baton, fitting in well to our integrated combative system? And that is counter knife. What makes a knife so dangerous is it's as short as the arm and it cuts everywhere it goes. Let them cut my stick. They're not going to cut this. Okay? If I wind up, I can do things with a stick that I can't do with my hand, and that a knife would be too short to try. Because carrying a knife this big, good luck not getting arrested. Okay? And you may very well get arrested for one of these. So, if you can legally carry one, there is nothing I would rather have to fight a knife with than a stick. There's nothing else. That's honestly, brutally honest. They work very well for that. You can enhance joint locks with them. Obviously, you have an impact weapon. Most people have been in jail for an asp baton open, and obviously, you can create area denial because you give yourself that much more reach. So I hope y'all enjoy this. If it's legal, check out an asp. An AVDOC makes a good baton. Obviously, asp makes a good baton. There are a few knockoffs out there that aren't that bad. I would not trust my life for one though. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. Check it out. Stay frosty.